Và cuối tuần này có một cuốn phim mới nhất của nhà làm phim A.J. Edwards. Ông là đệ tử của nhà làm phim nổi tiếng Terrence Malick, cuốn phim mang tên The Better Angels. Sau đây thì tôi xin được gửi đến quý vị cuộc nói chuyện của chúng tôi với nam tài tử người Úc châu Jason Clarke, nữ tài tử người Hoa Kỳ Brit Marling và nam tài tử người Hoa Kỳ Wes Bentley. Wes Bentley tuần này có 2 phim được phát hành thưa quý vị. Phim đầu tiên đó là Interstellar mà đóng chung với Matthew McConaughey. Phim thứ nhì đó là The Better Angels mà sẽ được phát hành tại một số rạp trong miền Bắc Mỹ thưa quý vị. Và cuốn phim The Better Angels cũng được sản xuất bởi Terrence Malick và thu hình theo nghệ thuật phim trắng đen thưa quý vị. Đó là The Better Angels chiếu rọi một cái ánh sáng mới vào những năm đầu của vị tổng thống huyền thoại cũng như là truyền phụ nữ, người đã uốn nắn cho ông trở thành một trong những người đàn ông được kính trọng nhất trong lịch sử Hoa Kỳ. Đó là ông Abraham Lincoln, viết dựa trên những cuộc phỏng vấn với các thành viên trong gia đình của Abraham Lincoln. The Better Angels là một phim, thưa quý vị, tuyệt vời với ý nghĩa đầu tay của A.J. Edwards. Đây là cuộc nói chuyện của chúng tôi với nam tài tử người Úc châu Jason Clarke, nữ diễn viên người Hoa Kỳ Brit Marling là đóng vai là Nancy Lincoln là mẹ của Abraham Lincoln, Jason Clarke đóng vai là Tom Lincoln là bố của Abraham Lincoln và Wes Bentley đóng vai là thầy giáo của Abraham Lincoln. Xin được gửi đến quý vị cuộc phỏng vấn đặc biệt sau đây.
Will you stay with me? Am I here?
She was a believer. Her mind and his seemed to run together. She knew so much of what she believed was yonder. Always yonder.
We should move to a place where he can be schooled.
Always more to learn here in your schoolhouse.
Do it right.
He asks questions I can't answer. He's got a gift.
Congratulations to you all for such an outstanding performances. In The Better Angels, I have to say, I learned a lot from this film about President Lincoln's early years, and the film is just so beautiful to watch. First off, can I ask you all, is there a difference between when you shoot in black and white, in shooting black and white versus color production?
As an actor, I didn't think anything about it. In fact, I had forgotten it was black and white until they showed me images from the end of the day. But I didn't think, as myself, I didn't think much about it.
No, I didn't either. I mean, I think he thought a lot about AJ's style of shooting because he would often, be operating the camera himself, and it would be handheld, and he'd follow you wherever you went, and so there was a lot of kind of spontaneous movement to it, and that certainly impacts performance and lets you sort of have a freedom to play. I didn't think much about it.
No, it made me feel more confident. I think I've always loved black and white pictures. I think things look better in black and white in terms of composition and that. And you could, nothing in preparation, but once you're watching something, you really knew and trusted his composition and where you were as a piece or as a figure. Much better, I think, than in colour or even in 3D. It just gives you a bit more trust and ease that the shadows and the moving into the light at a certain period, you know that it just adds a lot more depth and resonance. And I found it really enjoyable to watch and help AJ be where he wanted me to be and move in and out of shadow with certain things, which was nice.
They had all got still. I asked him, "Who done it? Who broke it off?" And he said, "I did it." Takes the blame all to himself. Won't put any on anybody else. He won't stay in these woods forever.
I understand that AJ is Terrence Malick's protege, so was Terrence Malick, Mr. Malick, very involved in this production?
I think he was more involved, Terry was more involved with AJ developing into the filmmaker he was, but I think the actual making of this film was in AJ's hands, and AJ obviously is heavily influenced by Terry, and particularly in the way that we shot the film, how you relate yourself to the camera and to the light and to other actors, but it was really AJ's film from beginning to end.
You hoe?
Yes.
do it right.
Brit, you play Mr. President Lincoln's mother, who really cherishes her son, and she loves him unconditional. While Jason, you plays the father, who is very brutal, very harsh on the young Abraham. Why is that? Why is his father, or why was his father so difficult and so harsh on Abraham?
Well, I mean, it was a different way of expressing, or what role a father I think was in those days, and particularly in that place we were at. You know, and from my, my thinking of trying to, be that, my son, he has X amount of years till he's got to be a man and then take care of himself, or if I pass away, take care of his family. And, and then that even comes to fruition when I have to leave to go and find a mother, because we can't go on. I mean, he's got to take care of that family there. And so he has a different relationship with what a son is. It's not there to love him or take him to soccer.
Right.
I've got to turn him into a man that can run his own thing, because at a certain point he either contributes to the farm or he goes off and starts his own. And then just that, preparing him for the world that we live in, which is not easy. And if you don't plant and dig now, well, then tomorrow you're going to starve. And if you don't learn how to shoot or chop, then tomorrow, you can't take care of your sister or your mother. So I think it's just a different way of being, and I think that's the wonderful juxtaposition between all the three of us here when they come in, and how they, formulate this little boy.
Are you scared? Yes. Scared for him. Scared to be alone. Are you sad still? In a different way.
It seems many of our presidents have so-called daddy issues. There's even a New York article just came out recently about this issue. And how do you all think about Lincoln's father influenced Abraham's character into an adulthood?
Well, his father, it was like Jason's saying, in this time period, you showed your love by teaching your boy how to survive, how to just be alive at a certain point. And that probably created a real sense of urgency. Lincoln, during the Civil War, had to make a lot of critical decisions that were against the Constitution and were extremist in nature. And he had to make those decisions for the good of the country. And I think those kind of decisions probably came from the hardness he had growing up and knowing the critical situations he had in the frontier, and his father teaching him how to survive it.
And making his own decision for himself that he could stand by and believe in.
Yeah, right.
And you watch that through his face with different decisions, and he has, very different people in his life. Even the two different mothers, they're slightly different, that you've still got to make a decision that you can live with. There was a wonderful sequence where AJ filmed us wrestling,
Yes.
And
I
it's
remember
like,
that was a bit brutal.
well, yeah, I mean, having, to stick with it, to go with it. It doesn't mean I'm going to be nice about it, because this is, but, and there's just that ability to keep going, which I'm sure helped him, as in the same way the mothers, encouraged him to keep being what you want to be. You've got to be strong. You've got to keep going. It was me, I'll take it. If it'll solve this and we can move on, I'll do it. And then which he then picks up and channels into a different area.
Great job, everyone. Very
thank you.
beautiful.
A new school's been built. Only 5 miles from here.
He won't be a backwoodsman for long. He'll make his mark.
Vâng, vừa rồi là cuộc nói chuyện của Tô Uyen với các tài tử trong cuốn phim The Better Angels, đó là Jason Clarke, Brit Marling và Wes Bentley. Và đến đây chúng tôi xin trân trọng kính chào tạm biệt tất cả quý vị và xin kính chúc tất cả quý vị có một ngày thật là hạnh phúc và bình an.